In my life, I have had countless out-of-body experiences, and they are some of the most peaceful, profound, beautiful experiences of my life. And I want to share them with you on this video and share what it feels like so you know if you've had one before, and also share how to get there, how to have that sense of calm and peace, and really just create this in your own life, because I really truly believe that this kind of experience changes everything for you in your life, and it's so powerful. So I want to help more people experience and understand these. Welcome back to another video. My name is Cara Michelle. I am here to help you live your truth, and I am so excited to talk about this because this has absolutely changed my life. So I know it probably looks like I'm just standing here naked. I have a shirt on. I am fully clothed, but I mean, you work from home, you don't really have to, but I am wearing clothes. So anyway, for myself, with my out-of-body experiences, these have happened through multiple times. So different meditations. They've also happened when I had a car accident back in 2016, I think, 2017. And that was probably the most powerful one, but I've had some really powerful ones through meditation as well. And obviously I want to explain to you more about them and how to achieve that state without needing extreme trauma or something. Like, obviously I don't want to promote people to have a car accident in hopes of having an out-of-body experience, but I do want to share about them. So for me personally, I really got into spirituality after my brother passed away in 2011 because I was looking for meaning and purpose and understanding, and I was so desperate to stay connected to him. And fortunately, I really was quite open and had so many experiences pretty quickly right off the bat where he was able to connect through dreams. He sent my family owls because they were his favorite animal, and what else? I also started going to mediums a while after and just had some of the most profound conversations with him, and it's been really cool. But with my out-of-body experiences, what it really is and what's so powerful about it is that I've got this last, but it's one of the most important things, is it brings you out of the mind and the body and just into the soul. So you have this new reality, because right now in our everyday lives, everything is very compact, it's very dense, grounded, structured energy of what we believe, what we perceive, and what we know to be true. And it's very much just grounded in the three-dimensional physical realm, right? Of this is what I see, this is what I understand, and this is what I'm going to make out of it. And this is who I believe I am, right? Whereas an out-of-body experience literally takes you out of this physical body and out of the mind space and brings you into your truest self, which is spirit and just pure, limitless, beautiful, loving energy. And this is why out-of-body experiences are so powerful, because honestly, it's just all love. Like, the energy is so positive, so warm and enveloping, and it's just a really neat experience to have. So why this is so powerful in general is that it helps us to get out of the ego and out of the fear mind and the fear state of thinking that you're gonna die and like nothing's gonna exist anymore and you're just this physical vessel. It helps you to see the bigger picture in your own reality, your own experience, and for the world, that there is so much more going on here that most of us don't comprehend, and we could never comprehend it fully until we're actually fully back in spirit and we can see and perceive and really connect to everything. And this is so many different topics converged into one, so I'm going to save that for another video. But I would love to share also what I believe happens when we become spirit and why, when we're here as humans, we forget. So I'll save that though. But for myself, with my out-of-body experiences, the one I want to share, I guess, is the car accident, because you would think that it would be terrifying and you would think that it would be and it was definitely traumatic for sure, but there was this big disconnect between my physical body and my soul, and I truly feel like my soul left my body while the car was rolling, because what happened for me was I hit black ice and I started to slide, and I couldn't control because the back of the car was going one way and my steering hadn't moved, and I tried to redirect a little bit, and then all of a sudden I was going the other way, and I did that a couple times where I just couldn't get myself straight. And then all of a sudden it was literally like a Jesus take the wheel moment where I was like, okay, I just surrender. Like, there's literally nothing I can do in this moment. And keep in mind, leading up to this, the whole time I was sliding, it felt slow motion. Like, I felt obviously panicked and racing, and I had enough time to think of all the potential scenarios and like, don't overturn and lose control, try to be calm, all these things. Don't slam on the brakes. That's not really going to help. I had the conscious awareness, but time kind of froze, and I had enough time to think of all these things. But by the time I was starting to go off into the ditch and I caught air, like by that point, I was like, there's nothing I can do. So I literally just had my hands on the wheel and I closed my eyes, and I remember thinking, like, just breathe, like, just be here. I was kind of concerned about getting dizzy, which is really silly when you're gonna crash and there's nothing you can do about it. But I just was like, I'm just gonna be calm. And the worst part of it is that my car was jam-packed because I was moving across Canada for a while. And my passenger seat was full of so many things that as I flipped, obviously there's an impact, but I was so relaxed, which is also why I had very little physical problems and like very little physical damage or pain or anything after. And as I was rolling, everything from the passenger seat was just hitting me in the head. So I was like really relaxed, just letting go and just breathing, kind of tuning out. And this is where I feel like I did come out of my body and I was in a different experience. But all these things kept hitting me. It was like, looking back, it's kind of funny. But anyway, there was such an immense sense of peace and calm during this moment. And that was because there was a separation. Fear is created in the physical body, and it's a very different energy, very different vibration than love, right? And you know that when you feel fear or tension or anger or stress, that physically creates pain, and it creates that really negative energy in yourself. And a lot of us spend most of our time there, and then our bodies end up with physical problems, and we don't remember what it feels like to just be free, like to feel good, to be pain-free, to be enjoying our life. And so with an out-of-body experience, it kind of helps you because it's bringing you out of that physical reality to a place where there is no pain and there is no fear. It's just calm. You're just at home. And I truly believe that's because that's the most natural state for our souls. And that's the closest we can get to being back in that place while we're physically here as human beings. So it helps to bring us and reconnect us to our soul in that energy. So it also creates this major disconnect from your mind and your thoughts, which is why this is powerful and why it can be achieved during meditation. Because when you're having a really deep meditation, you are not consciously thinking things, right? When you hit a really nice meditation space, you can let me know in the comments if you've experienced this before, where you're not stressing about all the things that might be going wrong, all the things from your day, you've let them go. And you might be having a bit of a journey, and you might be like guiding your way through somewhere or feeling really relaxed or peaceful or connected to something. But in terms of actual conscious thought, it's gone. So it really allows you to separate from this reality and this stress and all the pressures and dense energy that I've been talking about, and elevate you up into this place. So it brings about a new awareness of the self. And for me, as I said, I had so much experience and connection with Derek after he passed away that I knew there was so much more to life than just what I'm physically experiencing. So I really had no doubts in spirit and in that connection. But by having my out of body experiences, the first one was this car accident, and then after that I started getting way more deeper into meditation, actually, because I had a lot of trouble coming back down to earth and regrounding, which happens a lot with extreme out of body experiences, and with trauma itself. It can cause you to really disconnect and really pull back from the physical reality. So I experienced a lot of that after this accident, and that's part of what really pushed me to finally make the trip to India, which was something I wanted to do for a long time. And I dove into meditation, yoga, energy work, and that's where I started to have more out-of-body experiences through facilitated meditations. So it was really, really incredible to do that in a natural way where obviously my life wasn't being threatened. This is what I promote to people, because we can experience it totally naturally. It takes time, but obviously that's a lot more beneficial than waiting for something like a horrible car accident or a horrible moment of trauma for you to experience that retraction and that separation from your physical body. So this new awareness was also created having experienced it firsthand, because like I said, I definitely knew it from my experiences with Derek, but to actually feel it myself created this, it was like all of a sudden I could see the world in new eyes. And this is why it's so powerful for humanity, I think, to have this deep connection to meditation and different spiritual tools that allow us to create that relationship, because we then see the world for what it really is instead of what we just think it is. And then when you come back to your daily life, you are bringing this awareness, you're bringing this new energy and understanding. And for me, it's allowed me to open up a lot more, to feel more loving, to feel more safe, and to find a lot of freedom from the anxiety, the pain, the negativity, all the fearful things that I was experiencing before. And what you also will notice, or what is also a potential sign for you when you're having an out-of-body experience, is to have like major clarity or visions or answers. So when you're in this out-of-body experience, you've risen above the physical realm, right? And you're up here in like the astral realm, spirit realm. So you are able to gain major clarity and insight and have like divine downloads. And that's something everyone in the spiritual community talks about very often. But I also love, even Albert Einstein has said that you cannot solve a problem from the same like level of consciousness or the same level of awareness that created it, right? You have to rise above it. And he was a huge meditation fan. And you think of the way he came up with the things he discovered and the knowledge he became aware of, that he had. It was through meditation and through these deeper connections, because it brings you out of what you know and into like what is possible and this beautiful space up above. So this is why, and then it brings you this new reality where you've realized that you're so much more than just your mind and your body. And this is why I think it's so powerful. Again, I highly recommend using meditation to get there. Breath work is really powerful to help create these higher states of awareness and sometimes this separation and disconnect from your body. And maybe you are watching this and you have a bit of fear because it's something new. And I think this is just the unknown, right? It can bring about some fear, but it's totally safe and it's not something to be scared of. It actually, as you do it, really deepens your sense of self, I feel, and deepens your connection to who you are, because you're actually experiencing a more multifaceted self. You're not just this physical body who is going through the motions and doing what they're told to be doing. You're not just your mind that is anxious and overthinking and worried about the future and feeling like you're not good enough. You become your soul. You become connected to who it is you truly are and what's inside, and it allows you to see things totally clearly in a new way. And then as you continue to operate from this space, you tune in so much more for manifestation, for law of attraction, for connecting to the things you really desire. And it creates just like an extra strong connection, really, with yourself, with the planet, with others. So I truly believe my out-of-body experiences served me so much. Even the car accident, there was still work to be done around the trauma and releasing the trauma. As I said before, there was work to be done on regrounding after. So if you do have out-of-body experiences or these kind of things during meditation, make sure afterwards that you do things that reconnect you to your physical body. Because for me, I know there was a while where I felt a lot of depersonalization and I felt very like out of it. I would just be wandering around, not really even aware of what I was doing half the time. Sometimes I'd cross streets and get somewhere and I'd be like, I don't remember how I even got here, or looking across, like, did I even look both ways before I crossed the street? How did I get here safely? You know, I felt really disconnected. So things you can do for that is like drinking lots of water after that is really powerful. Drink good water, the real water, and then eating good foods, like healthy foods, organic, plant-based, because it's high vibration and it has a really positive energy. It's healthy for you as well. Dancing, you know, anything that's going to help you come back to your senses. And I think I'll leave this video here. That's like my mind just shut off, because I don't want to keep rambling in different directions, but I'd love to know if you have experienced this before through meditation, or I'm going to film a separate one about trauma specifically, because I do work with a lot of clients who have experienced trauma, and I've had this conversation with so many people about the disconnect and that separation that has been created because of trauma, and the out-of-body experiences that can come from that, and how to kind of reconnect to yourself after and become more whole. So I'll do something about that as well. And yeah, please give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this if you found it helpful, and comment down below, share your experiences, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.